Hi, welcome again to the TMC Newsroom. I'm Erik Linask, and I'm here again with Carl Ford from Crossfire Media. Hi again, Carl.
Hey, Erik, it just seems like moments ago we were talking to each other, but, through the miracle of television, I'm sure we will be delayed and spaced a little bit differently.
We sure were, and, one of the things you brought up was Qualcomm. And for those who've been following the space, Qualcomm has certainly been in the news a lot recently. You've talked to them recently. What are they doing?
Well, it's interesting. Qualcomm's got this thing called MediaFlow, which is for people who are Verizon customers. That's the VCast stuff is embedded underneath that. But they're also got some new announcements going on. In their recent history, they kind of moved away from their UMB, their ultra mobile broadband solution, and embraced LTE, which was kind of logical because it was using mostly the same technologies. But they also announced a new product that they're going to provide a phone set called the Kayak, which looks like a very interesting device. In the world of smartphones, we're now getting one from Qualcomm that we should be seeing shortly, and we've got the issues associated with LTE. Young Myung is going to speak at the conference, and Dr. Myung is a lot of fun to talk to. We've been talking a lot about what's going on in the space and how quickly things are going to roll out. And Qualcomm's actually very well positioned to take advantage of what's going on in the space and be there for LTE far quicker than a lot of us thought. And I fully expect that they're going to be one of the people to watch. If I were a George Gilder type who wrote, massive reports, I'd be singing their praises. But I'm just Carl Ford, and I interview people like you.
So, you mentioned Verizon's VCast service. So with Qualcomm already embedded in so many devices from other carriers and other manufacturers, how does this play in? How does their new Kayak device play in that scenario?
We got to see. I got a feeling that it's being built for very specific purposes and very specific applications. Another thing they're involved with is the Open Screen project, which is with Adobe and ARM. And basically, what they're trying to do is make it so that there's a lot more control. There's a lot more ability to provide new features and services. I'm sure. While almost 98% of the world can get a flash on the web, through a cell phone, I'm sure that when we start making it so that there's an open environment there, that'll create some new interesting things. And I would expect to see more types of video coming out in the near future. I'm still not sure that everybody's ready for video conferencing on a point-to-point basis. There are times when my wife is talking to me and she's upset with me, where I really don't want her to see my facial expression, so she can't see, they sense fear anyway. I just don't want her to really understand it. So anyway, so the point of the matter is that videos coming to us, a lot of what I consider to be heavy, intensive traffic features are probably going to start showing up when the network can support it, and that's the kind of thing that I think is going to be kind of interesting to watch. Right now when you buy a $99 all-you-can-eat service from somebody, you don't have that much that you want to eat. What happens when you really start having a lot of bandwidth requirements on the network? So, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what the future brings to us. And, Qualcomm's nicely positioned in there. So I'm looking forward to hearing from them.
Well, yeah, it will be interesting. I think you're right that at least for the time being, it's going to be a lot of one-way bandwidth-intensive traffic. I mean, even in the office environment, in the desktop space, that personal one-on-one video conferencing is still at a minimum in terms of adoption, right?
It's interesting. It's very edgy. It's sort of like the way IM clients work. And you guys use Skype a lot here, which is a very good tool. In my old offices, we used to use Yahoo a lot. In my new offices, they're all on Macs and they all like AIM, right? Now it drives me crazy to kind of do these things. But as I was talking to Najee earlier, my daughter tried calling me and I didn't pick up the phone, and I knew she was going to ping me on Skype, and then my wife called me up, and obviously there's something that my wife and my daughter feel I need to help them with. And I didn't answer that phone either, and up came the AIM message, right? And the funny thing is, is that the future that we all share? Is that we're going to have multiple clients coming at us at all times, or what's the future hold? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It would make sense to have a universal client in this world. On the other hand, you lose a lot of features and functionalities going from one to another. I don't know about you, but I like Yahoo best of all still.
Well, I think we all get used to what we maybe first use, or the second iteration of what we begin using, and you sort of become comfortable with that. So maybe some sort of integration between the various clients.
Right. I think that somebody who comes up with a good universal client, which may be why Cisco bought Jabber, we might see something like that.
Good. We've been listening to Carl Ford. I'm Erik Linask, coming to you live from the TMC newsroom.